So I'm doing just drop practice, dink practice. I've already done a bunch of drives, which we did yesterday and the day before, and the day before, and the day before, and the day before. So we're just dropping a dinking. It's also my wife's birthday today. Happy birthday to my wife. Let's see. So I'm going to drop from that other side. I'm going mainly dropping to the 2 is my main practice. Dropping to what I call the number 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. I probably should have had balls ready, but I did not. So some of these are indoor balls, and when you hit an indoor ball, there isn't quite as much power in them. So if I miss, it's because of indoor ball. Okay, so I'm just doing, this is my typical drop right now. Right to that number 2. Get my partner up in front of that ball, and I come up and just clean up. And normally I wouldn't do the aggressive shot. So that's my typical drop. You know, I played yesterday probably 5 or 6 games, and I don't think I missed a single drop. Not a single drop. So I did a video earlier that teaches you how to do this drop. So look for that in a few days. So that's something I can add to it, is a little bit of a topspin roll, but it's more aggressive. Normally I just squat and lift. Squat and lift. I put that in front of my partner. They close the gap, and I come up slowly and just clean stuff up. So a lot of times that shot will bring them to hit the ball over here. Now I'm in my cross-court dinking pattern to get my partner in the game. Then we can always add in a drive just so they don't read your patterns. But a lot of times I really don't care if they read my pattern, because my drops are pretty much that good that they're unattackable. They're over the net and they're unattackable. So if they can know where I drop all day long, I don't care. I don't care. Some are gonna get smashed. That's part of this game. And you're hoping your partner can clean it up for you. That's another reason why I'm the cleanup guy. I stay back. My partner sees that my drop is gonna bounce. They close distance right here. Not over here. They close distance right here. If this person puts it behind me, one step and they get it. The main thing is to cover that gap in the middle. That's the most important thing. And that should filter this guy to come to me. And I'm just gonna set that ball back in play. I'm not gonna be aggressive from here. I'm not even to the net yet. I'm gonna set this ball back to that 2. If I get a backhand, I'll probably reset it to the 4. Right there, that person's backhand. They're probably squeezing middle. I'm gonna put it behind them. So that's the drop from here. That's the drop from here. Right side player should drop to the 2. Drop to the 2. Now, why would I drop to the 4 and when? That's the 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 in my dink by number system. Dink by number system goes all the way back. This is just a big dink. A drop is a big dink. Okay, so when I go to the 4, that either means this person is super weak over here, but in the pro game, that just doesn't happen. So when I drop to the 4, if I'm the better player out of the 2 of us, like especially in rec ball, I will drop to the 4 because I'm going to close my own gap. I'm going to get up there before this person does. So some people complain in rec ball, hey, my partner doesn't get to the net. Okay, fine. You be your own, I call it the hunter. You be your own hunter. You close your own gap. Now you're in front. If they go back here, that's fine. He's playing mid-court. Hope his rec ball, he'll just attack it, and it's so boring. But so that's what I do. When I'm the best player in the court, I close my own gaps. I'll put it in front of me. If I'm on this side, you know, I'll drive it in front of me, close my own gap. That's what happens. So when I'm on this side, now I want to go to the 4, right? Coach David's magic angle, move the paddle through space to the 4, right? I want my partner to close. My partner needs to read it instantly off my paddle and know that that ball's gonna bounce. If that person can take it out of the air, they can stay put. But if that ball's gonna bounce, they need to close this distance. They need to be all the way up here, okay? Read the ball off your partner's paddle instantaneously. I feel I'm really good at it. And then if you get a partner like me as your partner, that's pretty much gonna make 95% of my drops are gonna be pretty good and unattackable, then you just go up. You go up and put a ton of pressure on that team. If you don't go up, the drop was worthless. The drop was worthless. I might as well just drive everything. And sometimes I do that now when I play rec. If my partner is not gonna go up, I'm just gonna blast. I'm just gonna start blasting and just put it into scramble ball. It is what it is. Okay, so that's typically my drop, to the 4 over there. Sometimes I'll drop to the 2. This could be something I really haven't done. I always go to the 4. I mean, for 8 years, I go to that 4. I have it so dialed in. It just happens. It's automatic. Wherever I am on this court, I'm bringing it to that 4. That's somebody's backhand, right? Plus, it puts it in front of your partner to be able to block and hunt. We get it. And then sometimes I will go down this line because I'll have moved this person over to the middle. So if I do that, I'll turn around, hit my forehand, hit it down this line, and it's pretty effective. I'm pretty accurate. Okay. So that's kind of typically how I play. You know, I'm gonna pretty much, when I come up to clean this up from this side, I'm putting it back in that 4, back in front of my partner, let them shrink the court on the other team, right? So if I'm here, I hit my drop, my partner saw it, he closed, he's here, right? He doesn't protect the line. This person hit it down this line, it's very rare, and it's a forehand, you're gonna get it. So we come up middle. We wanna cover this middle more than this line. Forget about the line. They have to prove to you that they can hit it down that line. As Riley Newman told me in a lesson 3 times. They gotta put that line, down that line 3 times before you ever cover it. Otherwise you're covering middle. Okay, so something, oh yeah. So I go to the 4, they basically bring it back to here, I go to the 4 again. And the closer I get up, the sharper angles I can put on it. So I'm really putting them on the defense. I rarely go in front of me because that's on this side, because it's just a short, such a short distance. They can reach in and attack me, attack my feet while I move up. So that's why I rarely drop in front of me unless I'm the best player on my team. And I actually never drop in front of me this way. I don't recall. I mean, I'm sure it's happened before when maybe in a tournament, that's the weakest player. And I'm talking when I was, you know, I started as a 3-0 in this game. 3-0, 3-5, 4-0. You're gonna find weaknesses in players. At the pro level, yes, you can find a weakness, but it's not as obvious, you know. it's not as obvious. So drop practice, that's my safety drop. I just squat and lift. Squat and lift. That's something I'm working on, but it's not really dialed in, so I don't use it that often. If this ball, let's say somebody's a big spinner, if you can't hit through it, if you can't drive through it, a lot of times when they're spinning, you don't want to try to re-spin it. You just want to drive through the spin. If not, if somebody has a big spin on their return, I just squat and lift it. I just squat and lift it. And look, I'm putting it to the 4 there. I'm basically eliminating this player altogether. When I go to the 2, that's when you might bring this superstar in the game, because usually a lot of times in the upper levels, the guy on the left is the more dynamic, aggressive player. So you don't want to bring them in the game on this particular shot. But I will on this side. I'll bring them in the game on this side because they can't really hurt us too much unless they have this. Some people have some really cool cross-court dinks. I mean, really sharp, where it's gone before I can even get up there. So when that happens, I move this shot, let's say to the 3.5. That's a 3.5 shot, right? 3.5. I would love to learn this Riley Newman stuff. He comes up under and he turns it. That's pretty good. But they're so deep, they're gonna get attacked. So I have to have a pretty awesome partner. Yeah, that's just, it's pretty risky. So there's the 2. The 2, that's more of a 3. I don't want a 3. Because me and my partner don't really know who's closing the gap. So I want to hit the 2 and the 4. All right. So a lot of times I'll know the other team's patterns pretty quick. I know what they're good at. So first off, listen to this. First off, you find their favorite shot. A lot of times you can find that out in their warm-up. End your warm-up a little early and watch them. Sometimes that's better than warming up. If they like to drive forehands from mid-court, that's probably their favorite shot. They're warming that up. So this person's not going to see a mid-court forehand. It's always going to go to a backhand, right? If this person has a wicked two-handed backhand, I'm going to make them hit forehands, you know? Or I'm just going to invite them to the kitchen. So a lot of people will say, that's a horrible idea. It's not. If these people like to bang and play the chaos game from mid-court, you know, they're probably super good at it. They're super good at attacking. They're super aggressive. So I will drop that shot in the kitchen and invite them into my world, the dink world. That's my world. Now you have to have a partner that's as equal or better at dinking than you are to do that, right? So a lot of times this person will hit this shot and you say, go back to their feet, but they're loaded up to drive it at you. Let's say your partner is not good at blocking. You know, you don't want to keep giving them their favorite shot. So avoid their favorite shot first. Find that out quick, avoid their favorite shot, and then find their weakness. So second is to find the weakest shot of the weakest player. This is tournament ball, okay, tournament ball. So then, that's basically all they should see until they figure something out or change something. The weakest shot of the weakest player is what you'll go for. And a lot of times it's a backhand. And a lot of times it's a backhand dink. Now, is this my weakest shot? No, it's one of my strengths. So, unfortunately with me playing all right side, or in the men's playing right side, is I don't have a whole lot of tricks for my forehand. I just keep it in play, try to get my partner in play. I basically dink to the 2 almost all the time. Wait for move this person over and then I'll dink to the 1. Move this person over and I'll go down that line. I'm creating a hole for myself, or I'm getting my partner in the game by putting that ball in front of them. I feel in my rec games, because you know I play against 3-5-4-0 players usually in rec ball, which is great. I love them, you know. But sometimes I get away with shots that I shouldn't be hitting, like this shot here. I love, but if this person has a really good backhand dink, by me putting it there, I have moved my partner here, and that person can just scream roll it across. So if I notice that happening, then I try not to do this 4, even though it's such a good shot, safe. I just do the 2, the 2. This is pretty safe. You got to watch this guy moving over, and then you can keep him honest, right? I'm just doing the 2. If I move him over, then I can do the 1. This is in my Dink by number system. So when I do the 2, I know there's 2 shots that are going to hit back. So I can get ready for the 2 shots. If I do this one, I know there's a couple shots that are coming back. So I get ready for those 2 shots. I just work the percentages. So basically, this is my dink, you know. That's my dink. That's my dink. That's my dink, you know. I'm letting this guy just be aggressive. Now, if this person wants to sit back on this dink, it just blows the whole thing. This person needs to be up, hunting, aggressive. You know, if I put that ball in front of them, they need to be up here. If I put the ball in front of myself, then they can hang back a little bit. But usually this left side player, they need to be up here and super aggressive. Otherwise it doesn't work. Sorry, I got something in my throat. All right, we'll probably have a couple more bags here. I played some games with a pro yesterday. You know, the pro and I go on the same side against the 4-0s. So why do we do that? For one, we're both going to kind of get equal balls. 2, we can work as a pro team and hit the right shots and be in the right positions, where sometimes your 3-5-4-0s will not be. So we get to work on the pro game with each other. We just don't smash that team, you know? We aren't ripping overheads at their face. We are putting this ball back in play, and we are practicing the play as a team. Some people say, oh, you can't put the pros together. But you can. You know, a lot of people say, well, split the 2 best players. But the problem is you split the 2 best players, and now only the weaker players go back and forth at each other, and the 2 best players don't get any balls. So put the 2 best players together. Let them play together as a team, and hopefully they aren't jerks and are going to smash you. That means, yes, they might be 2 best players, but the 2 best 3-5s that don't know how to control their ball, it's probably not worth doing that, actually. So I am using my wrist on this shot. I'm working on that roll there. Problem is when I drop step here, that's where it's difficult. I drop, well, it's actually pretty good. but it takes practice. That one's not a good shot. Because if you leave that ball up, if my partner's over here, they're just gonna inside out flick it at their chest. I'm learning, my whole world is trying to learn to just block. Can you guys even see me? Yes, okay. My whole world is learning just to block a flick. Okay, we're almost done. Almost done. So let's do some patterns here. So there's a lot of patterns I do over and over and over again. You know, they're hard to defeat. What's up? Yeah, it was fun. Yeah, that's way more fun playing like that. Oh, definitely. And then to have Sam in there who can run all over. Yeah, he's supposed to come today. Is he? Yeah, we'll see. Okay, so I drive. I need to work on driving middle. They drop it here. I go to my 4, and now we're in the cat and mouse. Right? Cat and mouse. Cat and mouse. That's kind of the Ben John's shot there. He's either going to snap roll it, he's going to show that snap roll, and he's going to go forward. Yep, so I had some good ones yesterday. Drive to middle. They drop it here. I do the cross-court dink. My partner's up, I'm up, and now we're in this dinking battle. If they give me a ball out of the air, I will lob it, Scott Moore style, just right over this guy in front of me. Because typically I've been dinking back and forth, but they give me one out of the air, I'll send that up. Okay, these are the last of the balls. So if I'm on this side, it's I drop to the 2, they dink here, and then I can go down that line. If they bring it here, I go down that line a lot. It's actually a really good shot. But typically, okay, my partner drives, they bring it here. I'm just gonna put it back into the 2. My partner closes, and I'm covering my gap. I can get anything here. Any dink, I'm just putting it right back there. I attach my elbow, I shorten my lever, and then I just go to the 2. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. If I make this guy cheat over, now it opens the 1. If I can get this guy to cheat over, it opens the 4. But I don't force it that open. I wait for it to open by just staying consistent. Okay, that was it. That's your live stream for today. I have a couple videos out right now. So I guess for, yeah, I'm not gonna say it. I don't know if I'm allowed to, so I'm not gonna say it. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Hit the like button. Hope you get something out of my practices. You know, it just makes sense. If I'm gonna practice, I might as well live stream it. You know, not a whole lot of people watch it. They should, because I'm giving out awesome instruction. And I teach to the lower level player for the most part. You know, the 3.5 to 4.0. I don't teach the beginners just because it kind of bores me. Sorry, that's the way it was. That's the way it was when I taught MMA to the beginners and jiu-jitsu. It's fun, you know, it's fun to keep learning your basics over and over and over, but sometimes you just want to go a little harder, you know. In golf, I taught beginners all the time. That was kind of fun, actually, because they could learn, if you learn the basics early in golf, you can be a really good player, you know. And most people, I always love the people that they bragged. They're like, yeah, I've never taken a lesson. Oh yeah, you probably never broken 100 either, you know. Where if they would have taken a year of lessons when they first start, they'd be shooting really good scores, you know. Okay, hit subscribe, hit like, hit share. See ya. Coach David out.